Hi everyone, my name is Shannon Noel. I'm a cosplayer of over a decade. I started back in 2011 and just like you, my first cosplays probably weren't the greatest. So today we're taking a look back at the first 5 years of my cosplay journey. Now before we begin, I fully acknowledge that a lot of these don't look super good and I probably don't have a lot of the pieces to them still. Just through the years, some things just get destroyed or you lose them. So there are going to be some pieces that are missing for each costume. So if the costume does look incomplete, it is what it is. I'm not gonna worry about it. So without further ado, let's get started. Up first is my Ezio Auditore cosplay I made when I was just 16 years old back in 2011. This costume does hold a special spot in my heart just because it is the very first cosplay I've ever made and I ever wore. I'm not expecting the craftsmanship to all be there, if I remember correctly. A lot of these pieces have been lost due to time, but I will see what I have in my collection. Okay, so the first thing I want to point out is the Velcro. I remember the Velcro I glued to the costume, and it is peeled off and it's simply held together by pins and sure will. I got called a candy cane when I was wearing this, and you know what, rightfully so. I did not choose the right materials for this costume. Oh my god, this is this Velcro is just not it. We're gonna just have that hold on by prayer. I guess okay, how does this go? I remember making this because someone online had a free pattern, and you know, I guess for it being my very first costume, it's not super terrible, but it definitely could be better. Let me see if I can find any of the accessories. Okay, so I found my cape, my gauntlet, and my belt. However, because I do work in a basement, there is mold. Unfortunately, a lot of these pieces have succumbed to mold. So I am not going to put these on my body until they are washed. This one has like a couple specks, so it's not that bad, but this is my sash, which, you know, use your imagination and wrapped around my body a bunch of times. We're not going to put that on. My gauntlet, you can kind of maybe see the mold. It was very, very poorly made. Same with my shoulder armor, has some mold on it. So again, I am not comfortable putting that on my body, and frankly, I shouldn't even be breathing it. But this is the part that I'm gonna laugh at the most. If I can even get it out. Oh my god. My glove is in here. Just gonna throw that on the ground. A lot of the stuff, and there's a bunch of pins in here. A lot of the stuff I made for like the first couple costumes, one, I didn't choose the right materials, and two, I did a lot of like aluminum flashing. This is way before Warbler and way before EVA foam was even a thing. So I used aluminum for a lot of my projects before I moved on to foam and Warbler. But this is my awful glove that I didn't know what the heck I was doing when making gloves. So again, I'm not putting this on because it's full of mold, which means I have an excuse to throw this out now. But I glued the fingers to the actual glove part. Like you can kind of see like there's a hole right there. So we're tossing that. Moving on to number two. Number two is my Prowler from Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. You're gonna see a trend here. A lot of my early costumes are from Assassin's Creed. I've been a big Assassin's Creed fan since the first one, so naturally I wanted to cosplay as many of the characters as possible. But I can tell that there's I have a lot of questions with this one. Let's just go ahead and get it on. I will not be putting the pants on because I know they're utter trash, but if you want it to, and they probably don't even fit at this point. these are my pants. At the time, I was super proud of them because I made them like poofy. But what is this? They're held together with a pin again. I don't know what is going on with my brain back then. Oh, there's another pin in here. Oh, because it's just the hole. I gave myself a wee hole apparently back then. I remember being super proud of these, even though they're like trash now, because I put elastic here and I like put like gold paint in and around all of the stripes, and like I felt super accomplished with these. Honestly, they might actually still fit. I'm not expecting most of the pants and undergarments to still fit from way back when. I was half my size when I first started, so you know, I was also a kid back then. I am now an adult who pays taxes. Ooh. So again, I'm not expecting a lot of these pieces to actually fit still. But here is, I think, the undergarments. So let's, this is, oh my God. Okay. This is going to be amazing. Again, Velcro, but hey, this time I actually sewed the Velcro, and I made the wrong choice of using, hey look, another pin, this like crushed velvet material. So let's see if I can even fit in this thing still. I have my doubts. Again, I made this when I was like literally like 16 years old. So luckily, I do keep all of my costumes in dress bags. So far, none of my costumes have the mold issue, but you know, we shall see as we get closer, or I should say, we shall see as we go along. What did I do here? This doesn't add up. But anyway, I took the time to hand sew all these little buttons. And I'm not about to sit here and do all these snaps. I'll just do like the top one. Oh my goodness, how many snaps are there? What is wrong with me? I now have boobahs now, so this is an issue. But oh my God, this is trash. But hey, again, at the time I was super proud of it. This is the over vest. Let's see if I can even get this thing on. I have my doubts. What is this? What is this? Okay. All right. At some point, I would love to come back and redo some of these costumes. Like, for my 10-year cosplay anniversary, I really wanted to redo my Ezio. Also, this is not going on. This is, if I want to break my shoulder, I would put this on. But this is not going to work. Oh my God. Can I go back to this size, please? Anyway, we're skipping this vest. I'm not going to force it. Not going to force it on. But that's the vest. And then I remember being super proud of at least the hood. The hood was pretty basic. I remember hand painting a lot of these details. You know. So just imagine that brown vest is on and that this is all up and we look good. Ta-da! Let's see if I can find some accessories. I do remember throwing out the shin guards, so I don't have those. I still have my arm guards, which again were made from aluminum flashing. Again, we suffered the rust and mold problem, so I'm just going to throw these out. It's really sad to kind of let go of these. I don't know what this is. I think it was a sash that went around the character, something like this. I don't know, but this is actually still in good condition, so I'm gonna hold on to that. But it's kind of sad to see that most of these pieces in this box, it's a little accessory box, have so much like dirt and mold to them. This is just not something that I find worth trying to fix or even wash out. So I'm just going to clear some space up and not risk getting sick. Just throw all that stuff out. There's a couple pieces that I do see mold in this box that I don't want to let go, so I will take the time to clean it. But I think what might have also happened is because I used a lot of spray glue and glue in general as a kid or as a teenager when I first started. So I think a lot of the stuff and a lot of the glue became moldy from the amount of humidity and moisture that's down here. But anyway, this is the Prowler. Oh, it's trash. All right, so up next we have Yusuf Tazim from Assassin's Creed Revelations. This is when I started experimenting a little bit more with my sewing. And Yusuf actually, fun fact, was the first costume I ever entered a cosplay competition in way back in 2012, and I took home an honorable mention. So Yusuf is kind of the reason why I have the competition bug. And I have since 2012. So I don't know if this is gonna fit, but we'll see. Yep, that's me. I bet you're wondering how I got here. Nah, I do remember this cosplay being a little tight even back then. So me being older now, I'm not going to force this on because I will tear some ligaments, maybe break my arms and my shoulders if I try to get this on and then off again. So, but yeah, that's Yusuf. Woo! Maybe I'll put him on a mannequin. He'll look better on a mannequin. And again, Yusuf did succumb to a lot of mold, which makes me very sad. But I know exactly why these got mold the worst out of everything. And that's because everything has spray adhesive on it, followed by more glue. I'm trying to find my headband. Here's my headband. This is my favorite part of the costume, by the way. Hold on. Let me take this off. It's his little headband. I love the headband. I think this was my favorite part, making it. I don't know. I think it's cool. It's a cool headband. Kind of want to wear it for the rest of the video, but I won't. So back then when I started cosplaying, I did not use wigs at all. Everything was with my natural hair. I used to have hair all the way down to like my butt area. And then I kind of chopped it all off when I got into college. But when I was Ezio and Prowler, all the way up until like 2014, 2015, I used to use my natural hair for every single cosplay until I chopped it off and then I had to wear wigs. So there's that. All right, my next one is Connor Kenway from Assassin's Creed 3. This one, I was also super proud of. I made most of this. Gosh, I remember taking some of the pieces to school, like the gauntlets, and actually like hand sewing a lot of this because there's a lot of buttons and a lot of like hand, like embroidery stuff. So these are the leg pieces. I'm not going to bother putting them on because I wore normal jeans and they kind of tied to a belt loop. And I'm not about to go put on a pair of jeans just for one costume. I don't even think I own a pair of jeans anymore. I'm going to be honest with you. It has been years since I wore jeans. But let's see. So while I'm getting Connor on, I do want to just say that if I haven't said it already, there have been a lot of like odds and ends cosplays in between all of these. But again, I am only focusing on the ones that at the time I was super proud of. So for like example, I have a Cat Noir cosplay from Miraculous Ladybug. I'm not even going to bother putting it on because it's a simple black suit. But maybe off camera, or if you would like to see a part 2, I would be more than happy to do a part 2, but for now we are focusing on some of my favorites. The true question is, can I button it? I know the undershirt still fits because it was technically one of my dad's old work shirts. So I know that is no problem. But yeah, I remember when I finished this costume, I wore it to school on Halloween. Yeah, so this is Connor. Again, very small. Free pattern I found online. I wish I remembered who the cosplayer at the time was, but they were on DeviantArt. If you remember DeviantArt, or maybe you were too young for DeviantArt, but this was my Connor cosplay. Let me see if I can find his accessories. So unfortunately, Connor did also succumb to mold. But because I do adore this cosplay a whole hell of a lot, I am going to take the time to fix it. There's actually not too much, so I'm a little bit more comfortable putting this on. I actually don't even remember if this is the right way that it goes on. His sash is really bad. So I'm not going to put this on, but just use your imagination. It goes around my stomach. And then this is one thing I'm super proud of. My dad actually helped me with this. It is a belt with the Assassin's Creed symbol. And it's made out of acrylic and some like aluminum flashing and whatever these things are. And it would just wrap around like this. I have too much stuff in my hands. But the other gauntlet would go on like this. These are just gloves. I'm not going to bother. If I suck it in, it still wraps around. And I'm sure if I had the sash on still, it would still work and would fit better. I don't know. This might be a cosplay that I could probably bring back and just make it feminine. Just have a little bit more opening, you know, because of course, again, I now have boobas. More than I did back then. So, like I said, I'm keeping this one. These pieces don't have too much mold on them, so I'm a little bit more comfortable wearing them. The sash I'm going to throw in the wash, and hopefully that takes care of it. So, of the 3 costumes, oh, there goes that. Of the first couple costumes, this is one that I don't think I'm throwing anything out on. I don't think I can. Again, I was super proud of how I made everything, and you know, I took both of these. Take this off. I took both of these gauntlets to school, and I remember sitting there and hand sewing all of these buttons and hand sewing this together and like all of this. So, Connor. And fun fact, Connor, I'm probably going to get hate for this. Connor is one of my favorite assassins, and you can't convince me otherwise. During the filming of this video, I accidentally dropped my drink, and there's a puddle on the floor that I have to clean up now. But that brings us to today's sponsor, G Fuel. G Fuel is my #1 choice of energy drink because it has 0 sugar, 0 calories, and 140 milligrams of caffeine per can. G Fuel keeps me going during them late night con crunch hours and them long convention days. 1 can is enough to last me all day. So if you would like to try G Fuel, make sure to go to gfuel.com and use code SNOEL20 on your next purchase. Or visit the link in the description below. Up next we have James Kidd from Assassin's Creed Black Flag. I absolutely love this costume, and I'm hoping and praying it still fits, because this is a costume I would absolutely 100% still wear today. I made this back in 2014, I believe, and this was like the first time I was actually happy making pants. But as you can see, I stitched every individual line into these pants, so I'm very happy. I don't know if they fit, but you know, I'll try them on separately. Since you can't really see the bottom half, given my spatial limitations, we're just going to focus on the top part. So again, the undershirt is an old work shirt of my dad's. So hopefully it fits. There we go. This is 100% something I would still wear. You know, now that it's on, if I wore a corset, I could probably get this around my stomach, but you know, that's not going to happen right now. I'm not wearing a corset for this, but you could still very much get away with it being open and wear it to like a Ren fair if you wanted to. Like if you wanted to just be a pirate, like this works. I forget how the sash goes, so for the sake of the video, we're just gonna do this. I think it's supposed to wrap around like off to the side or whatever. We're just gonna have it like this because I truly actually don't remember how it's supposed to go. I'm missing my belt. I think it's in another box somewhere, and I'm not digging that out right now, but there is a belt that I made. It is leather, and there's like a big old golden belt buckle. I don't know where it went. I'm not gonna look for it, but anyway, James Kidd, wigs in a box. Back when I first made James Kidd, I had longer hair, so I used my natural hair. I have since cut my hair and I've moved on to a wig. The wig has a ponytail and all the fun beads, accessories, and the bandana. That's in a box as well, and I'm not going to bother pulling that out right now. But James Kidd. I do have 2 of the officially licensed Black Flag hidden blades. They're currently packed away and in storage, so maybe if I decide to bring James Kidd back out, I will break those out too. But I'm really happy about how I did the side paneling and the shoulders. And this is just one that like still holds a very deep place in my heart. I did compete with this. I didn't win, unfortunately. But overall, I'm still happy with it. All right. So this next character, I'm going to embarrass myself because I know with 100% certainty that this cosplay does not fit anymore. I made this back in 2015, back when there was a little old anime that was dubbed the Magical Boy anime, called Cute High Earth Defense Club Love. Any of y'all remember that? Comment down below. The pants and all the accessories are elsewhere. The wig's in the wig box. I know them pants don't fit. I grew a booty. I'm gonna try this on anyway, and this is honestly one of those cosplays, like I love it. I was super proud of it. I taught myself how to do all this bias tape work, and you know, I thought it deserved some love. I wore this quite a bit actually. He's a bit stained, which I tried getting the stains out. I can't get it out, which is a shame, but here we go. Honestly, if this does fit, it'll be a miracle, but I don't think so. I got boobas and, you know, again, I was like half my size back then. Ugh. I'm sure if I put on a chest binder and a corset, I could fit in this, but it's just not worth it. But anyway, this is my Magical Boy anime cosplay. This is honestly, if I can get them stains out, which I might try like bleaching it. I don't know. If you guys have any remedies on how to get stains out of like the neckline and the armpit line, please let me know down below, because this is pure white and you can see nasty convention stains on white a lot easier. But if I can get those out, and if enough people are interested, I might sell this. I'm never gonna wear this cosplay ever again. I know there's still a little bit of a cult following for this anime, so I'm sure someone out there would buy it, but again, this isn't something that I'm gonna ever wear again, nor do I think I will be able to. So do I love the cosplay? I do. I think it looks really good for especially the time when I was still learning. This was about 4 years into my cosplay journey, and I think it's, you know, besides the parts that I can't get on, I think it's very clean in the sewing department. I think I did a very good job considering my track record before this cosplay was made. So again, if you guys are interested in any of these cosplays, just let me know and I will go through everything and see what is sellable, because there are things that I'm not going to wear ever again like this, and I'd rather it go to a good home, to someone who will actually wear it, versus it just collecting dust on my closet. I am going to do one more for today's video. Again, if you like this type of content, don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment, leave a like, share the video around. All of that tells me that you enjoy this type of video content. It tells me that you want more. I do have so many more cosplays, like I said, that I did way back when that are not part of this video. But if I get enough traction and people are genuinely interested, I'll do another video. Of course, if you want to see all of my cosplays that I've ever made or ever wore, you can go to my website, snoelcosplay.com, under the gallery section, and you can scroll all the way down to see where I started my cosplay journey, all the way up to what I'm working on now. So go ahead and do that. Just want to add that these were the shoes for the last cosplay, and like they've been through some wear and tear, but they're absolutely corny, and I love that for them. It's just a pair of like ankle high boots that I painted pink and gave cute little bows. Speaking of shoes, we're gonna fast forward a bit in time to 2016 for the last cosplay of this video. And one of the cosplays that is kind of the conduit for many of my cosplays that I do today. If you know who these shoes belong to, then you know who this is. That's right, it is Tracer from Overwatch. I started Tracer when the Overwatch trailer was announced. I made sure I had her done and complete for PAX East 2016, where I got to wear her and demo the game on the show floor. So I'm gonna see if I even fit in this thing. Still, I don't have high hopes. She has been through the ringer, but she is one of those cosplays that has a very deep meaning for me. Mostly because she was another costume that I competed in. Well, I can't get this on. I do remember the armpits being a little tight in this costume. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do with her, but maybe I have to get one arm on at a time. I have the tendency of putting two arms. No, this is not gonna work. I got too big. This is just not gonna work. My shoulder's supposed to be here. That's not happening. This was made 7 years ago. So yeah, I'm not surprised that this doesn't fit anymore. Oh, it makes me so sad. But it is what it is. This is not going on. She'll probably look so much better on a mannequin. I am still gonna try the pants real quick, just to see if they still fit. I don't have high hopes for these either, but it is what it is. That's the beauty of aging, baby. All you little baby cosplayers out there, you have something to look forward to. Yeah, I don't think these are gonna fit. Let's try them anyway. It probably wouldn't fit either because I'm also wearing a pair of leggings, and I can feel it already riding up. So yeah, I'm not gonna force it. That actually makes me a little sad, considering how much the cosplay means to me. I don't even think the lights still work, do they? Probably not. No, absolutely not. These batteries are DED, dead. So I just want to talk briefly about why, even though she might not fit anymore, Tracer means a lot to me. Tracer was the very first cosplay I ever made using EVA foam. Now, I've made Warbler armor before EVA foam. It's just not in this video. Not only was it a catalyst for my never-ending obsession for Overwatch, even to this day, I have a sort of a loyalty to that game. Just because I've met so many people and made so many friends through Overwatch, and I've been given so many opportunities with Overwatch and Blizzard. These are my gauntlets and my really crappy goggles. Oh my god, I think these shrunk. There we go. But Tracer is one of those cosplays that I competed with. I wasn't expecting to win anything. But I wound up taking Best of Novice for the costume, which really kind of pushed me into doing bigger and better things. I think after Tracer, I did take home an award, a judge's award for my Anna Amari, the ghoul skin, which is still one of my favorite cosplays I've ever made, to this day. And then ever since then, I've been competing at most big cons, and I still do. And, you know, it's been, gosh, 7 years that I've been competing. And I do think that if it weren't for this cosplay, I wouldn't have gotten where I am today. You know, fell in love with the character. I fell in love with the universe. I fell in love with all the other characters. And since Tracer, I have cosplayed countless Overwatch characters. I've done Tracer, Ana, Widowmaker, Reaper, Diva ×2. I've done 2 Divas. Sombra. Who else? I'm drawing a blank here. Kiriko. And now I'm going to be working on I did 2 Mercies. Did I say Mercy? And now I'm going to be making a Brigitte cosplay. And then potentially more Overwatch cosplays. There are some that are on my list, that have been on my list for a long time, that I really want to make. So, you know, make sure you're following me on my social media. My Instagram is where I post most, but you can follow me on my Instagram and my TikTok, and I guess my formerly Twitter, now called X, whatever, just to see what I'm up to. But I am mostly active on my Instagram and TikTok. So follow those. You can see what I'm working on at the time. And I always post work in progress photos and videos and all that stuff that you can follow along. Say what you want about Overwatch. I'm still a huge fan. I still play it almost every day. And honestly, if it weren't for Blizzard and the Overwatch League for putting their trust in me, I wouldn't have gotten the amazing opportunities that I have gotten. So, blabbering over, that being said, thank you again for watching this video. If you made it to the end, make sure you leave a like, a comment, subscribe. If you want to see more of this type of content, again, let me know. Because I have so many costumes I would love to showcase that I just do not have the time right now at the time of filming to take down 40 plus costumes and try on. So that being said, have a wonderful day. I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.